so much fun. It was so much fun. Star Wars community play, Battlefront 2. Let me tell you when it got fun.
Yeah.
It got fun when we switched to Starfighter mode.
I know. I'm telling you.
Jordan, you missed out. It was amazing.
There's really just something about flying a TIE fighter or an X-Wing and being bad A.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And then when I was, was it Kylo Ren's ship? The one that makes everyone feel uncomfortable? The one that looks like the
looks like a giant dong.
Yeah, it
flying
really
through
does.
space.
I really feel uncomfortable while I was flying as Kylo Ren, but he's way overpowered. I mean, he's not compensating.
Yeah, no, not at all.
His cloak, he has everything. He has everything good about life.
That he does. So much fun. I don't know what it was. Everybody when we did the community play, when we jumped into Starfighter mode, it was smooth. It was fun. It was fast. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Very fun. That was last Saturday. What is up, everybody? Welcome. We are the X1 Bros. This is podcast number 190. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, I am joined by the bros, the X1 Bros. First and foremost, it's Mr. McSpicy.
Hello.
I left it hanging.
I know. I thought you were going to say something else.
Jord the man.
Hello.
Jordan, and I am X1. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, well, I also say thank you for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. So besides Battlefront 2, what else did you have a chance to play this week, Mr. McSpicy?
Well, I've of course been playing Overwatch.
That's right.
That's my drag at the
You
moment.
and Jordan jumped on and played a couple times this week.
Several times this week, actually. It was fun.
How did it go?
Oh, it went well. It went well. I mean, me and Jordan is a Mercy player now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, he's officially like, I wouldn't call him a one trick, but he really appreciates a good looking blonde.
Oh yeah,
if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, he does.
So I have been pushing the hog because a Mercy hog combo. He has his ultimate up every 10 seconds, basically.
Oh, yeah.
And he's good. Jordan's a good Mercy, so that's
you
been
like
fun.
Jordan? Do you like the new Mercy? The new Mercy abilities, the way she's handled.
Like it. Yeah, I like it a lot.
What do you like about it?
I like that it's more strategic to resurrect people.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't just do it.
You can't just
now.
dive in and
do it.
You're exposed.
You can't, can't spam the restorations.
No. Well, and your ultimate is like much more valuable because you can only res 2 essentially with the ultimate, right? I mean, it's just
now you both have also been playing Hearthstone. There's a new addition to Hearthstone.
Yes,
yeah.
I've been playing that like crazy. It's awesome. It's way fun. They added a new expansion came out for Hearthstone. They added a lot of cards, a lot of fun cards. And that's half the fun of a card game is the cards.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What is a card game without cards?
Without cards, right? But no, they also added basically, how would you describe it? A single player campaign dungeon.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
You know what? It reminds me of a mixture of like a Mortal Kombat tournament style via Hearthstone. Yeah.
Where
you're going through bosses one rank at a time.
And it's completely RNG. So it's almost like a rogue, like, I don't know what you call it, a crawler kind of a thing where, because you start out with like, I don't know, it's like 6 cards. No, you start out with like 10 cards, 8 cards, something like that. You start out with hardly any cards. And as you beat bosses, you get random card choices, like an arena. That's how they do it in arena. You randomly choose the cards that you're going to use to play. Well, they do it in this, and they give you passive abilities too, and you eventually become incredibly powerful.
But the boss you're playing is incredibly powerful.
Yeah, like the end bosses. I've beat Paladin because you have to beat it per class.
Sure.
The dungeon campaign kind of, and it's all loot based, and you have choices and everything. It's I would say it's my favorite. I really like the Lich King campaign last time.
Yeah.
To date, that was my favorite one. This one is now because of the replayability. You can keep coming back. It changes every time. It's extremely hard, and it's very fun because the cards change every time that you can choose.
Do you think? Is there any other card game? So, for instance, Gwent is out right now.
Gwent's out, yeah.
The Fable Fortune, which Jordan was not a fan of at all.
No,
Fable Fortune.
I really like it, yeah.
And then they have the Smite one.
The new Smite one is probably the next unique one, which I'd like to jump into, but I just haven't yet.
Yeah.
But I think that's where Hearthstone is killing it right now. They're keeping it fresh with these new modes, almost dungeons. They're treating it like World of Warcraft, which is what the game is based off of.
Yeah. Jordan knows the lore of World of Warcraft. I only know the cards, and I get little pieces of lore, and it's fun to talk to Jordan about, about Sylvanas, for example. I really like that card, and knowing her backstory.
Sometimes you guys are going off on stuff, and I'm like, what?
And I only know it through that game.
Talking about
one of the strengths that I say Hearthstone has over every other card game that I have ever played is, I've played a lot. I played Gwent, and I've only watched Smite, so I haven't tried Fable or I haven't tried some of the others, and I want to. But one of their, mechanics that they introduced was like a year and a half ago was the Discover mechanic. Okay. And some of the cards, when you, like a battle cry is something happens when you play the card, basically. The Discover mechanic is, it will let you, for example, it'll say, discover a card, discover a specific type of card, discover a dragon, discover a taunt minion, discover a death rattle card. And so you don't necessarily own cards.
This is in the game.
This is in the game while you're playing. So you have a card that has a discover mechanic. You play it. It'll say discover something, and then 3 options will come up.
And you get to pick. This lets you play cards that you don't necessarily have. See how they work, so that if you want to go after those, if you want to create those,
it makes it so interesting of a match because you never know what you're going to get. It basically is the entire pool of cards.
Has that completely changed the meta as a result?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Discover cards and that type of mechanic. They introduced other things like that. They introduced in Kazakhstan, what's the name of that?
Kazakhstan?
Karazhan,
yeah.
Kazakhstan. The Karazhan expansion. They introduced a random potion that you could create. And you can choose the amount of mana it would cost.
Was that Karazhan?
Was that Karazhan?
I thought, wasn't that Mean Streets?
That was Mean Streets.
Okay,
yeah. That's sorry, Jordan.
Get your expansions right.
I just know that they introduced these like discover type mechanics where you play a card and then you get to choose. And on that one, when you're creating a potion, you get to choose 3 times what you're going to create, and so it's different every time. And over a game like Magic, because it's in reality, it's with real cards. That's impossible.
Oh yeah, you could.
Do you imagine the dice you would have to roll to figure out what cards?
D20s.
Yeah, D100s, man, those big ones. And I think that's where Hearthstone really stands out.
Having said that, if Hearthstone created physical packs for me to buy, I would be there. I'd be all over it.
Yeah, I don't think with that mechanic, I don't think it's possible anymore.
You don't need to have that mechanic. Or what you could do is a discover card. It would be a discover card with 3 options on the card that you get to choose from.
Yeah, Magic does have double-sided cards that you can use and stuff like that.
And they have the tear up ability where you tear up a card and you throw it out on the table and just if it lands on it, it's dead. Didn't you have those?
The cracked egg cards.
The cracked egg cards, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Jordan, how about you? Did you have anything unique, special, anything you played on the Xbox this week?
Yeah,
What'd you do?
I played Overwatch and a little bit more Assassin's Creed.
Oh, Assassin's
Forza.
Creed. What did you do? What did
you
do in Forza? Did you do anything with Forza?
Just the campaign.
Did you get anything? How far are you in the campaign?
No, I actually didn't do any Forza-thon. I just did my next set of races.
So let me tell you what I did in Forza 7. When I was on and you guys and I got frustrated and I just got off.
Yeah.
Because my audio was messing up. So here's the experience that I've been having on Xbox One with my audio lately. I have I plug it in now because I don't want to waste batteries, and I think plugging it in messes with when I jump into party chat. Voices get super loud, and game never gets above. I can never turn up the game really loud. And in Forza, I like to hear that engine roar.
Yeah. Oh man, that stinks.
Yeah. So I think it has to do with me being plugged in directly because when I put in batteries, I don't have that problem. So that's unfortunate. But Forza 7, been watching how to take your game to the next level videos.
Oh,
then
good.
I've been practicing, just doing races, practicing. And it's all about don't just hammer down. So braking, obviously, has always been. I knew that. Always gentle, smooth. You want to be gradual braking on that, very nuanced.
Little tap.
Acceleration's the same way. And when you start doing that, especially when you have all the assists off, like instead of just flooring it, gradually accelerate.
Yeah, that's where the impulse
gradually release. Changes the whole thing for you. You're driving, you don't spin out, you don't lose control on turns, particularly. Blows my mind. I love that game. So good. Such a good game. And I love that little stuff like that. That's what And it's really hard, actually. It's really hard to get used to, but I'm just
Yeah.
muscle memory right here. This is what I'm doing every night before I go to bed. I just do this.
Well, yeah, and you use your Elite controller, right? That's the.
So I've gotten off my Elite controller.
Well, what do you do now with it? It doesn't have the locky locks.
It doesn't have the lock, so now I'm. That's why I got away from it, just for training, so that I could get used to the feel.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
See?
Huh, I see what you're doing.
You don't want to lock your acceleration because you'd only ever halfway do it. Because you do want to be full acceleration at some point, sometimes.
Yeah, when you're already going. But I know that if you go full acceleration on like turns or
Oh, yeah.
or even at the start, you're gonna
Oh, yeah,
just
you just
start
spin out.
Woo, 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 woo,
I
woo.
know, but having that nuance is beautiful. I
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah,
Love it. Anyway, sorry, Jordan.
it adds another layer
Another layer
Of
of
the-
awesomeness.
of the onion.
Yes,
Of the onion.
it's like adding a. It's just
It's
adding
adding
something.
ingredients
It's putting
to a-
cheese on that burger.
It's yes to a great meal.
To a great meal.
It's just a little, you know, pepper.
So you did Forza, Overwatch, Assassin's Creed. How far are you in Assassin's Creed?
Still the same place I was last week. I just been doing side quests.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I find I'm not progressing very fast in
Yeah,
that game either.
I just been doing other stuff. It's such a pretty game that you just kind of want to explore,
Yeah,
do different things. Well, then I'm like, well, I just want to level up as much as I can, and then I can just do the story all at once.
yeah.
So. And I did jump into Final Fantasy. I'll tell you, that game looks really good on the Xbox One.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Although I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but the high frame rate mode just looks really weird. It almost feels choppy.
Really?
Maybe
Final
like
Fantasy?
I don't know. Maybe my box is broken or something.
Maybe you're broken.
Yeah. But I just keep it in the high resolution because their hairstyles look really good.
You like
In the
seeing
high resolution, yeah.
the depth there. Very.
Oh, and I did jump into Destiny.
Oh,
Funny
that's
enough,
right.
I did not play the new campaign. I did PvP.
Nice.
Yeah,
How
I was
was
like, oh,
PvP?
I
How-
loaded it up with the intentions of playing the Osiris DLC,
Sure.
and then I didn't.
I know. I
And
saw
I
that we
played
have
new
Osiris
PvP.
DLC. I'm really excited to
There
jump
was,
in. I have not
uh,
yet jumped in.
There was something in the news this week. A
On
lot of people
Osiris?
were upset with Destiny and
I
Osiris.
I saw that.
that I didn't
Overall-
agree with. but,
Overall,
Yeah.
the community feels that it's a decent DLC.
yeah, I've yet to do the story, so I'm gonna try and do that this weekend. But PvP's still fun.
McSpicy, did you jump into Osiris? Because I know you have the season pass.
No, I attempted to,
Okay.
but apparently I didn't have it downloaded, and that is
Oh.
a big game.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's huge.
So
So
I
did
got
you download
distracted.
it?
I did download it,
Okay.
and then I went on to watch Hunter x Hunter anime
Oh,
Yeah.
very-
while I waited, and then I just got on that show. Have you guys seen that show, by the way?
No, not yet.
It's like
you've
a-
been raving about it though.
It's pretty funny. It's like a Japanese version of Avatar in a way. It's got like similarities with Avatar: The Last Airbender,
Last Airbender, yeah.
but it's way more Japanese. It's 5-minute rock song at the beginning, 10 minutes of the show, and then a 5-minute rock song at the end, and
Very
just
cool.
a weird group of
We're a group of
people.
hombres
Yeah.
get together.
yeah.
I played Division.
There's-
Division came out with an update.
Oh yeah.
I gotta
it
tell you, hold on. There's 53 episodes in one season. Just
Yeah.
kind of.
It's like Naruto style right
yeah,
there.
yeah. Okay, sorry, dude.
I played Division. 1.8 update came out. Let me tell you. That game. So how long has it been since when did we last do survival mode? That was the last time any of us played that game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a long time.
It's been a long time, probably a year. Maybe not quite a year, but around that amount of time. Half a year at least the good 6 months, 6 to 9 months. Jumped back in. That game has so much content, number one.
Yeah.
That game has improved infinitesimally, number two.
Is that a real word?
Infinitesimally? Yeah, infinitesimal? Yeah.
Is that a real word?
Yeah.
Can I
Google it. Google it right now.
I feel like I'm in Scrabble and I want to challenge you.
Challenge me.
Infinitesimal?
Infinitesimal for 50 points.
On a triple word score.
Yeah, that game is doing it right. There's so much depth there now. There's so many different modes. And I'm sure this is in the news, but what it brings in a bunch of new modes.
Mhm.
2 new areas with the pier.
Enhanced.
It is enhanced. Although I didn't notice a difference, I'll be honest there. But there's so much to do, so much fun.
I think it's enhanced.
I don't think you're using the word right.
I probably have not. Does it mean really little?
It means extremely small.
Extremely small. There you go. When you said that, I thought, oh no, I think it means little. Infinite.
I don't think the word is what you think it is.
There you go.
Oh, that's funny.
So it has improved
So there's
very little.
Very little.
No, it's
improvements.
improved a ton. The opposite. The antithesis.
of it. Okay, I'll look at it.
That's my word a day. I gotta.
That's
I
so
misuse my
funny.
word a day calendar.
Well, maybe if you worked at work more often.
That's so fun. Graphic Killer caught us on that one too.
Oh, good. I'm
In
keeping
chat.
us honest.
There we go. It's so good. It's so much depth. They've added so much to it. I'm really impressed. If you have not yet jumped, so what made me actually want to jump back into it was a bunch of people over on Discord have jumped into it, and they were talking about. I was like, yeah, I'm going to check this out. Then I saw the 1.8 update drop, and I looked into it. Oh my goodness, that game! It's
got the
you
stuff.
guys got to jump in with me. Like I think it's taking it to a next level, a whole other level.
I'm at 97% on my hard drive.
Oh, you gotta
After
delete
getting
something.
Destiny 2. So I'll have to. I will. I should get back into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a lot of fun playing that game. That game was good. It was
and
fun.
now there's just so much more. Everything is tweaked. For instance, I was dropping heal abilities. I was dropping my ultimates. The way it looks, the way it's so much more polished than it was when we played before. So much more tweaked. That is a good game. I'm really excited to really sink my teeth into that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there you go. Speaking of Discord,
Yeah.
if you want to come over, if you want to connect with a great group of people, come join us on Discord, x1bros.com/Discord, or just click on the Discord icon there. There are almost 700 people now in our Discord.
Ooh.
Everybody, there's no trolls. Everybody's super awesome, super friendly. It's a great time. You can talk to us 24/7 there. We are all there, all three of us, all day long at different times of the day. It's on my phone. It's my most used app. Whether it's Minecraft, Destiny, Division, whatever you're playing, XCOM, whatever you're doing, it's just a great way to come talk games, get in with the community. Speaking of Destiny, the Destiny Clan 1 and 2, they are being purged on Tuesday with the new updates.
So sign in.
So sign in.
So that's why I downloaded it.
If you're
so I
planning
don't
on
get
playing,
purged.
but if you're looking for a clan to jump into, these clans are awesome. The admins of both of these clans are super awesome. They keep the clans super active. We are incredibly grateful for all of the admins.
Yeah.
In the clans. In fact, they're running raid right now. Both admins from Clan 1 and Clan 2 are running raid right now, the new raid from the DLC. So we're super excited to see what their review of it is, what their experience is like, and go from there. Come check us out and join us right over there. Let's talk about, it was Game Awards. The Game Awards were last night.
Yeah.
And it was a big deal. It was the largest. So Mixer, it's a burgeoning product, right?
Yeah, it's in its infancy. It's growing.
It's in its infancy. It's infinitesimal.
There you go.
It is in its infancy, and last night it was huge. There was the largest group of people that I have seen on Mixer at one time. There was 28,000 people
on one channel.
Just watching the Game Awards. The Game Awards were here. There was a lot of trailers. Let's just go through each of the trailers real quick, and talk about what stood out to us. Mr. McSpicy, is there anyone that you can remember that stood out to you? That it's almost like E3. I felt like some of these trailers were better than what we got at E3.
Yeah,
more in depth.
There were some that I really liked, and there was one that just disturbed me.
Oh, wait. So there's a few that I could see saying that was disturbing.
And I remember seeing the E3 trailer of this guy.
This is the PlayStation 4, Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, Hideo Kojima. What's this?
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
So it disturbed you. I thought it was freaking awesome.
So, yeah, it disturbed me.
I thought it was awesome.
I don't get it.
That's what's awesome about it.
I think I understand what it is. I think
it's the weirdest.
Clearly, humans are being killed.
Clearly, Hideo is on some sort of acid, and then he's having nightmares, and then he's trying to put it into a CGI trailer.
No, do you want to know what?
Seriously, if you were completely toasted, like you were done,
yeah.
like we're talking like Ozzy Osbourne levels.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you are gonzo. And then you had nightmares because you were playing like Resident Evil or something.
Sure.
You're just doing that. You're completely wasted. You're on your nightmares. And then he had a notebook next to him when he was asleep, and then he woke up and wrote down what he dreamed. That is what you would see. It disturbed me, and I'm like, "What is this? A, what is it about? And B, like the kid thing coming out of his nostrils." Or
See, I thought that was really cool. Really cool.
That's the weirdest.
So that game,
and he's like throwing up I don't know, scarabs from Egypt or something. It was just like
Moosenstein in chat says Daryl has a baby in his throat. What is there not to get? Spicy. What's there not to get?
and then everything's upside down and underwater with whales going everywhere.
Yeah.
This guy was smoking something really strong.
I agree. I'm with Graphic Killer in chat. He says it's weird, and I'm on board. Can't wait for Death Stranding, but can't figure out what kind of game it's going to be.
It's all been CGI. We have no idea.
Dude, it's still cool. Still, you know what it reminded me of, and what I think he's inspired by. Did you watch that trailer, Jordan?
Oh yeah, I saw them.
Attack on Titan. It looks very Attack on Titan-ish. It looks like humanity is being destroyed by these greater beings that also, unlike Attack on Titan, also have paranormal abilities as well.
Yeah.
So it really looks interesting.
Well, it could be really good because, like, have you ever read the book Alice in Wonderland? I know we've seen the the cartoon. The book.
I've never read the book, but
the book is like the author is on some sort of acid. Like it is just weird.
Sure.
But
the movie's kind of weird too.
Well, yeah, if you think about it, it's like really weird. But every page in that book has like some amazing life lesson that like you can just underline and then put it up on the wall. Every page in that book is like wow, blows your mind. But the book, he was on crack. There's no way.
Maybe that's how this game is going to be.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's like maybe a baby coming out of some guy's esophagus is going to be like super.
Okay, well,
super
Death Stranded is a PlayStation 4. So for Xbox One, really the most exciting news there is the pirate game.
Yeah.
What is the pirate game called again? Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, it looks good.
And there's an official release date, and you can actually pre-order it right now.
You can pre-order it right now. The official release date is March 20th. FYI, my birthday is March 24th, so happy birthday to this guy.
And now we can gift games.
And now we can gift games.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's right.
Sea of Thieves got a release date. That's super exciting. The trailer looked fun. I mean, this game has always looked like a blast. Super excited to jump into it. Do you think, honest opinions here, do you think this is going to be a disappointment? Do you think it'll be what you expected? Do you think it might be better than you expected? Do you think they'll know
I think it'll be everything I want it to be.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good answer.
Well, I mean, there's really nowhere you can go wrong. I mean, it's you literally
you can go wrong.
You're a pirate.
Remember Zombie Racer?
Yeah. No, I meant
that was a good
Zombie
equation.
Driver.
All the things are in place. I mean, you're a pirate, and they give you a ship, and you do whatever you want. I mean, that's
well, and you can shoot yourself out of a cannon until
the addiction of
to air attack to do it.
The addiction of just trying to find buried treasure and bringing it back and see what you can get. It's the loot that it's just you can't really go wrong. You may find another pirate ship and just want to kill them on the high seas.
Yeah, I'm interested. I know I've seen a lot of people say that they've played the alpha and they've played it over a course of time. They all say it's fun, but there's no meat in it yet. But this is, of course, a year.
Alpha,
yeah.
This is a while ago.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in see what kind of just meat they, you know what I mean, like the guts of the game.
Well, what depth is involved there and stuff like that. I mean,
it looks super. It looks
how
super
they
fun.
advertise it. If it is as advertised, it will be up there with PUBG as like #1 played game of the year, in my opinion. If it plays how they say it will play.
Yeah.
So that's March 20th, 2018.
I also like the From Software game that they showed. I know that's
so From Software is publishing it. Witchfire.
Are you sure?
Witchfire.
Like I don't want to be a jerk, but I don't think they're publishing it.
Okay, hold on one second.
Okay, sorry.
It said From Software at the beginning of the trailer.
What
does that even?
No, it didn't.
April Fools.
No, it really didn't.
Anyways, Mixed Spicy. While I'm pulling this up,
it didn't look like a Dark Souls game, or what are you saying?
Well, it doesn't say. I couldn't find From Software anywhere on it.
You're about to see it.
It was the first like 5 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah. Anyways, looks so good.
World premiere.
It does look really good.
Witchfire. It's basically a first-person version of Dark Souls. Is what it looks like in all reality, mixed in with some wizardry.
Was that From Software? Because we watched.
Because there was another From Software game.
What's the other From Software game?
Shadow of something.
Okay, do you know what I think happened, David?
Maybe in the trailer it went From Software at the end,
and then
maybe we thought it was From Software. Okay,
because this one, Because it said this, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I've heard of that game." And then it said also from Bulletstorm. I was like, "Those guys are teaming up." Like it was just
I think
never
right.
mind. Anyways, Witchfire.
The last 3 minutes just
no. This game does look fantastic, though.
Witchfire,
and it does look like a Dark Souls first-person shooter. I mean, you're not wrong.
This game looks amazing, and it looks so smooth. Witchfire looks like a good time.
Look at that.
Oh,
and hey, if you haven't played Bulletstorm was a fun game. It was a good first-person shooter.
I'm so glad you're here, Jordan.
Bulletstorm. Yeah, you corrected us because we would look like morons. I mean, we already do look like morons.
I know, infinitesimal morons.
But infinitesimal morons. But even more so.
But no, that game, I think it looks awesome.
Witchfire looked good. Another one that's really exciting for the community already on Xbox is Fortnite. Fortnite came up.
Oh, their new mode, and it's live now, actually.
It's only live for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, it's
50v50.
50v50. I saw a lot of articles saying PUBG should steal this mode.
That's hilarious.
And that makes me laugh. It looks like a lot of fun. 50v50, last team standing wins. You get to build forts. It looks like I've not played this. Have we had a chance to jump into this yet? Because it's live.
No,
as of
I have.
Yeah,
not,
it's live, and it's only live for a limited time.
So what happens is you jump into a squad of 4, and then that puts you into a random match with another 46 people. For 50 on 50. It looks like you start off with time to build your bases, and your bases are right next to each other, right across from each other, and then you attack. And that is it. It's last man standing, last team standing wins, winner take all. Looks like a good time. It is limited till what, December
17th, I
December
believe.
17th.
I will give you the exact date.
So that's
in just
10
2
days.
seconds.
So only 10 days. I wonder if this is a trial, what they're
December 17th.
doing, if they're going to make this a paid version or
I
something.
think this is fun. I mean, they should do it. It kind of reminds me of the brawl modes that all the Blizzard games implemented. Where basically like every couple months, or well, I mean, some of the games is like every 2 weeks, but like every once in a while, they'll just like, hey, let's throw in a fun game mode, and then it'll go away for 2-3 weeks, and they'll add in another fun game mode. You know what I mean? Just to mix things up.
Yeah,
it kind of feels like that, and I hope they do stuff just like, hey, let's throw something at a wall and see how it works.
I actually think it could be really fun.
Yeah.
I haven't played it yet.
So I actually thought, because Major Barber in chat just said this should be a community play, and I actually thought, and I looked it up and tried to do it. It randomly, you can only have a squad of 4, and then it randomly puts you, because it would be awesome to get 50 of us in there.
Synchronize
on one team.
the A button, man.
Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
That's how we.
Anyways,
that
go
question.
check it out if you like Fortnite. If you like these types of games, that was announced. It was big news coming out of the Game Awards 2017. I'm just looking over my notes here, seeing if anything else stuck out. Oh, and then PUBG, of course.
Next week,
PUBG this next week, absolutely.
And for $9.99, you can get the launch special.
I actually almost bought it.
Today. I think I will.
Do I get it if you buy it?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I think I do. Anyways, I went to pre-order that game, PUBG. You can't pre-order it yet.
Well, yeah, because it's game preview. You gotta wait for it to
game
come
preview.
out.
And then I looked on game preview to see if I could pre-order, at least preload it. No, you got to wait till day of. But don't buy it. I'll be getting it.
Okay.
There's a reason that I want to get it, so that I can also play it on my living room TV. Because games that you purchase, I can. Only
yeah, they can't swap because they're set to the home Xbox.
I actually purchased Minecraft as a result.
Yeah, so you can keep it with your profile.
I can keep it on my profile. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that game right now.
Yeah, I know.
Let me tell you, Terracotta. There's a Terracotta. McSpicy, have you been in there lately?
I have not. I should.
Let me tell you, just in a week and a half, 2 weeks, the world's changed a lot.
Really?
The Mesa it's a game changer. The Mesa, it's about a 10-minute full-on sprint. I believe someone timed it out in chat. 10-minute full-on sprint out there. We're creating a train out there, a full-on freeway. It's a huge community project, but it's got an item called terracotta. You can burn this terracotta to make cool, swirly designs and make really intricate tile for your floor, for your store, for your walls, everything.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love me some terracotta. I also have
That's funny because it's more of a rare item because you have to travel so far.
You just have to travel so far. If you're out there,
we should set up a trading station, maybe a store like I have.
We should. In fact, look at Major Barber. Breaking news: the rail is complete to the Mesa. The rail is complete to the Mesa.
That's funny.
It is a good time. Minecraft is just blowing my mind, but terracotta is blowing. You know what I did? I set up a man cave, the ultimate man cave. It's underneath my mansion.
Oh, yeah?
It's USC colors, tiled floor,
Good for
USC
you.
colors. Thank you very
Good
much.
for
And
you.
then there's some terracotta. In fact, did you see what else dropped? And Jordan, I don't know if you're talking about this in the news, but I'm still in your thunder if you are. The Minecraft Realms
Oh, the
club.
Yeah,
that comes out, and it's really cool. You can do it right from Minecraft now. When you jump into Minecraft, it adds a feed, so you can share images, share pictures,
it's
comment
essentially
on those, all from Minecraft Realm. You're automatically included if you're in the realm. Everything automatically goes up to there, and then within the game Minecraft, there's now a feed button, and you click on the feed button, and it shows everything.
Well, it's kind of cool. So it's like
done.
it's called what is it? It's called clubs or something. Minecraft Club or
Minecraft
whatever,
Realms Club or something.
But
like
it's
that.
basically the club feature on the dashboard, just implemented per realm.
Is. In fact,
Which
I'm
is
trying
really
to pull
cool,
it up here so I could show you guys, because there is a picture of my terracotta that's in there. And let me tell you, it is a good time. So PUBG, the desert match though, the desert map.
Yeah, we talked about that last week a little bit.
Well, they were announcing it. We got to see a little bit.
Yeah, we got to see it. It looks good. The desert's a good time.
Yeah.
How do you?
I like new maps.
McSpicy, are you purchasing this next week when it drops? PUBG.
Yes, you are.
That sounds like I am.
I can't believe that you paused there.
Well, no, because that's
this is your game too.
I know it is. I gotta be careful with the budget.
What is it? $30 bucks?
$30
It's a $30 game.
I know.
That's 50% off.
I already own it on Steam too. I don't know.
Oh, do you own it on Steam as well?
I already own
it.
So.
Is it going to be cross-platform?
No.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
I don't think so anyway.
No, it wouldn't be fair.
Stuff.
It would not be fair.
Yeah,
that's one of those games where PCs have an advantage because they don't have a auto-aim dead spot on their mouse. So
yeah, here is the.
I'll probably be getting it.
I brought up the Club Realm.
Ah, yes.
There's of course many pictures.
That's awesome.
I want to see real quick.
Oh, the Christmas tree.
We've got lots of Christmas tree stuff going on, but I want to see the terracotta.
Yeah, I'll be getting PUBG.
I'll
be getting PUBG.
So when PUBG
we can squad up duos, squads.
Yeah.
When
squad up duo squads.
Oh, and we've decided in Minecraft. Sorry, I'm on a fun tangent here because I'm like a 12-year-old in Minecraft at the moment.
I know
how we name our highway. So we have Pac-Man Highway. You know where that is, right? You've seen the big Pac-Man.
Okay.
That's Pac-Man Highway. And check this out. The other highway that is going, I think it's going east. Maybe I'm wrong though. It's going to be Mega Man Highway.
Mega Man Highway. Nice.
That's Undead Care Bear throwing those down like it's 1999. Here we go. There is terracotta. That's what terracotta does for you right there. That's my terracotta.
Yeah, that's
floor.
Pretty. Wow, that's like very 70s.
It's very nice. It's very badass.
If there was a badass grandma, it would look like that. She would have that in her kitchen floor.
That's what I'm going for. It's retro chic, you know.
Oh man!
With the Game Awards,
yes,
there came awards. Let's go through these awards. See if we agree, disagree. Talk about the nominations real quick before we move on to the news.
Yes. Would you like to?
Oh, before we get to the awards, if you guys would like to support the show, you can do so over on Patreon. Patreon.com/positive gaming. Go to x1.com or x1bros.com/support. If you just pledge $1 to the show, it really helps us out. If anybody did that, or if everybody did that in the community, we'd be able to do this full time. We really want to take this community, expand it, bring it throughout the world, basically become the next IGN, but for positive gamers. That's right, because we're more than just a show. This is all about the community. This is a great community. Anyways, thank you so much, everybody who supports the show, and if you'd like to do so, please head over and do that today. Let's start with, we'll just go from the bottom up. Let's start with best indie game debut for this year. Now, the nominees for this game.
I think this one's obvious. I saw this.
The nominees for this game, if I can find it here. The nominees for this game was Golf Story, which actually is a game that I do want. That came out on the Switch. Hollow Knight, Mr. Shifty, Slime Rancher, and Cuphead. I think there's just one game besides Golf Story. Now, I haven't had too much time with Golf Story.
No, check this out.
Okay.
I have yet to play this game, but I hear it's awesome and everybody loves it. Slime Rancher.
Yeah, Slime Rancher.
I've heard that that's a fun one.
Now, Mr. Shifty, I don't know if Mr. Shifty should have been included in that.
Well, I mean, that's like the come on over. There's not a lot of you, so
there's not a lot of you.
Well, it's a very specific. It's best debut indie game, so it's not even best indie game, right?
Yeah, like it's best. It's your first shot out of the gate.
Your first shot out of the gate.
Your first shot out of the gate.
First shot
out of the gate. Yeah, exactly. So that's usually what your first game is.
Anyways, the winner of this was Cuphead. How do we feel about that? First of all, congratulations, Cuphead. Mr. McSpicy, now this is the game. This is your game. You were super looking forward to it. You've played it the most out of all of us.
Yeah. I love it.
Agree, disagree. I think this is a great.
I mean, you look at every other game on there. It's in a league of its own. I mean, Golf Story looks really fun. I've only seen people play it. I've seen a lot of gameplay with it. I've played Mr. Shifty.
Yeah.
I've dabbled
in some Shifty.
I've dabbled in the Shifty. I own that game. No, Cuphead, the music, the art style. The art style is so unique.
The art style alone.
Yeah, and the music they use. Oh, I turned that game on seriously just for the opening barbershop quartet and then the ragtime piano.
Have you beat that game yet?
No, I have not.
How close?
Oh, I'm like 70%. 70%. And the reason is I'm too much of a stupid perfectionist. I'm trying to, because that's a game where you can. It's not necessarily score based. Well, it is in its own way. It's star score based, where you can get and a grade. And man, the grades are hard to get. And I feel when I play that game, I feel like, well, if I'm playing it now, why don't I just beat it 100% now? You know what I mean?
So as you're going through each level, you're trying to get every single thing that you have to do in that level.
Yeah, and it's so hard for me to just walk away. I can't walk away from a level that's not perfect.
I feel you, man. I definitely feel you there.
Yeah, but I'm really glad that they're getting credit there, and they won something else too. But we'll get to that later. But I'm really glad that Cuphead's getting recognition, because I think that game really deserves recognition.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Best esports game. Now, the nominees for this were Counter-Strike Global Offensive,
obviously,
Dota, League of Legends, Rocket League, and Overwatch. Overwatch wins this.
Yeah.
That's great competition all the way around as far as an esport game, but Overwatch won it this year. Mr. McSpicy, again, this is your game. You're having a good day, man. Having a good year with the Game Awards with your games.
With the games that I like. Yeah. No, I think this is one of those. There are some on here that I would probably be like, maybe that should have won, maybe it shouldn't, and I should also preface before we get into this. I think when we do award shows, like we're reviewing reward shows, I swear I get more hate than any other show we do, because people have opinions. Remember, these are our opinions. we can disagree and still be friends. No, but I think with how Overwatch has, especially how Blizzard is taking it, sure. They have their arena now that they have, their leagues that they have. It's so interesting to watch. It's so cool to see the plays that like the pro players make.
Yeah.
The call outs. And it's what I really like is when if there's any esports like production people listening right now, my favorite is when you are able to listen to the teams yelling at each other doing the call outs, because sometimes they'll do that. Sometimes they'll go into their mics, and then while we're playing, we can hear them with no announcers. While you're watching, hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
Over here, go here, fall back. And seeing like the plays, like when you have an Orisa shoot her halt ability, which is an ability that pulls everyone together like a magnet. Mm-hmm. And then you have a Roadhog at the same time. They halt someone out, and the Roadhog, while it's going out, hooks and pulls. They're basically.
Can I say something about that ability real quick?
Halt?
Yeah. The developers did a really good job with that ability, because I don't feel good anytime it happens. Have you ever had it happen?
No, because it throws you off.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good. Yeah. Like you feel almost violated a little bit.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's really, they did a good job with that.
So finish your thought when you're hearing them and they do something like that.
It's just the level of plays that are starting to take place in the pro level. Like any game in soccer. Soccer's more of a dynamic game where the plays happen like with the players, and sure. Overwatch would be considered in the same realm. The plays that happen aren't like a football play, for example. It's set up. You have time to think about it. You have time to do it, and you do it. Whereas soccer or even hockey or
basketball, anything that's fluid,
the players have to develop that spontaneously. And Overwatch is the same way. And to see those come together in that kind of level is super interesting to me. And I think Blizzard, you have it's a positional esports game, just like a MOBA or anything. You have a tank, you have a healer, you have a person who's based on damage, you have hybrid players, and they have specific roles. And you can see the names. You start to like certain players because they're really good, and seeing the level of depth that pro level is starting to take place, and I like Overwatch, so I enjoy it. But I think Blizzard is taking this in a direction that I think is going to change the world on how esports is.
Yeah, between them and PUBG, because PUBG does a really good job presentation-wise. Yeah. Overwatch just showing you, and
I think the world is going to
how the team goes.
I predicted this like 5 years ago. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I still think it's going that way. The world is going to be changing with ESPN and things like that towards esports, and I think Blizzard is spearheading that. Really, I think they're doing a great job, and Overwatch is an example of that.
So congratulations, Overwatch. Best esports game, well deserved. Best independent game. So we had debut of an independent game, that was Cuphead that won that. Now this is just best overall independent game, and it's again up with some giant competition here. You had Hellblade, which won a bunch of awards, and Hellblade looks really cool. Night in the Woods, Pyre, and What Remains of Edith Finch, which I really enjoyed. What Remains of Edith Finch is a very good game.
I feel like all the categories were really well put together this year.
Oh, there was a lot of competition. This was a great year for gaming.
Because I remember last year where there were some categories where we were like, it doesn't seem fair to match that against that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like this year it was all really good.
I have a disagreement with one category.
Let's get to that category at the end.
Okay.
Is it come back to the category we're all thinking of?
Well, no, I have a disagreement that this category shouldn't even be a thing.
Oh, okay.
The Chinese game
category? Okay, that category I don't think should be. That's like the Norway, best Norway game games. Of Norway.
CG Project Red. Nordic games, right? Like, or whatever, No,
can I say what it is? Because we probably won't cover it. The most anticipated game. I think that's stupid.
That's true. That's like saying, what's the most anticipated movie? But if the movie sucks, who cares if it's most anticipated?
Yeah, I don't like that. And God of War has probably been on there for 4 years, 5 years now.
That is an anticipated game.
It is.
Very
anticipated. It is. But
anyway, so overall independent game, again, Cuphead wins. Congratulations, Cuphead. Yeah. What a great game. Next on the list, most anticipated game was Last of Us Part 2. I just saw that. I didn't even realize that was a thing.
Best the most anticipated. Yeah, that was the winner. Which by the way,
well, you just go over the Chinese category. Who won in China? I forgot, but
I don't know. I don't know the name. It's all in Chinese characters. I apologize. I don't speak Chinese. The best sports / racing game. I kind of feel like you can be separated into two categories here. However, I do understand why they do combine these categories, because there's really not that much competition. I mean, not that there's not that as much variety as, say, in like a first-person shooter game, right? So the games that were up for this were FIFA 18, of course, Gran Turismo Sport, NBA 2K, Pro Evolution Soccer, Project Cars, and Forza Motorsport 7. Forza Motorsport 7 walked away with this one for good reason. You guys have heard me over the past month, 2 months here. This game is fantastic. My favorite racing game of all time is Forza Horizon 3. This is right up there with that game. The amount of stuff that you can do. Speaking of that, and I didn't go over it, what just dropped this week is League Racing. I had the opportunity to jump in and do some League Racing. I freaking suck. This is what made me want to take my gaming to the next level. But the way that they do leagues are really cool. They have time frames. So there's 3 series in a league, and you've got to get through each series, and you've got to get up to series 3.
Okay.
But each series is only for, let's say, like a week. And then the next week you're on series 2, and it's a different set of races. Every race in multiplayer is ghost. So it's live, but there's no collisions. You just go through. So it literally comes down to what kind of racer you are.
Oh, cool.
Now you level up. You start with a level 5, you go to 1, and then you go to the next notch. Kind of like a ladder. It's like their own version of ladder. 2 level up. So the players that I was racing against, some of them I would imagine have all the assists on. You don't get as much experience that way to level up, to get up the ladder. With your experience off, you do. So it's a really good balance. I really enjoy leagues. You guys should check it out. Anyways, Forza 7, congratulations. Won best sport racing game of the year. Well deserved.
I again can't argue with it.
Can't argue with it.
So Madden wasn't on that list. Do you find that interesting?
No, I don't find. Madden really didn't do.
It didn't do it for you.
No, it's still classically.
Well, Madden's
Madden.
only
Still
really like
good.
a North American. I mean, whereas FIFA's a worldwide.
FIFA's worldwide. 2K is really good. Madden compared to other Maddens, I don't know if they made jumps that they've made in previous years necessarily.
Okay, fair enough.
They're just tweaking stuff.
Yeah,
but I mean, anyways, it's good competition. Forza Motorsport 7.
It's a building year.
It's a monster. I don't know how you're gonna beat.
Yeah,
how you're gonna beat that.
That's fine.
Best strategy game. The nominees for best strategy game were Halo Wars 2, Mario Rabbids, Total War Warhammer 2, which is one that Jordan, you and I have talked about jumping into.
Yeah,
this
Warhammer
is just on
2.
the PC.
I really wanted to get Total War Warhammer, and then I didn't. And then number 2 came out,
and they just tweaked it and improved
it.
Oh, it looks so good,
yeah.
so good. And then XCOM 2, War of the Chosen, also Tooth and Tail. I don't know Tooth and Tail.
Now, the winner of this one.
The winner of this one, yes, is Mario Rabbids.
Yeah. So I was thinking, I was like, oh, dude, I think XCOM's gonna take it, right?
Sure.
Because XCOM 2 was one of the ones. But when Mario Rabbids won, I wasn't like surprised because I've heard that it's really fun,
super fun. Everybody that plays it loves it.
Yeah, and that's anybody that's played it, I've heard good things about it.
Yeah,
and it essentially is XCOM. You know what I mean? Just
XCOM with Rabbids and Mario.
Yeah.
With Princess Peach.
Yeah. And that's why they won. They had Princess Peach. That put them over the edge.
Princess Peach had.
It was aliens or Princess Peach, and they went Peach.
Anyway, so let's say this: the Nintendo. What a great year for Nintendo! You've got your Switch, and you've got games coming out like crazy.
I've been getting a lot of time in on the Switch this week.
The best family game. This is a category. The best.
Which you mean the best Nintendo game? Is that what this one actually means? Because the best family game and everything. Yeah.
Well, and when you look at it, it's all Nintendo games minus one in here. It's Mario Kart 8, Mario Rabbids, Sonic Mania, Splatoon 2. And Super Mario Odyssey. I think Sonic Mania is the only one that's on multiple platforms.
When I saw this list, I laughed.
Yeah, so best family game goes to, of course, Mario Odyssey, which I hear is just a super, super great game. Super fun to play. One of the best ever Marios out there is what it's being called. Don't quote me on that because I've not played it myself. But the best fighting game. Now, this year was a good year. Another good year, competitive year for fighting games.
Mario Kart 8 was on the list, right?
Yeah.
Deluxe. Remember, they added a secondary weapon slot.
Is it? Should it be on the list?
No,
that was the only one where I kind of thought we're like, should it be on the list?
I agree with you. I don't think that should.
Because I feel like Mario Kart 8 came out 2014, I think, and the Deluxe came out this year on the Switch, but.
Yeah, I mean
that was my only It's
a remastered game. I don't think it would. Should have.
I think if it would have won, I would have been a little bit more like, really?
Yeah.
But since it didn't, I mean, it's a good game.
Since it didn't, you're okay.
Jordan, I thought the same thing too. I'm like, wait, what? Why is that on there?
All right, let's jump into best fighting game. Tekken 7, boom, was on there.
Good choice.
Nidhogg. I don't know that game, so I apologize.
Yeah, Nidhogg 2. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is there. ARMS, and also Injustice 2. Injustice 2 won the best fighting game of the year. I agree with that. Jordan's a huge fan of Injustice 2. Okay, now, I never played Tekken, but again, ARMS... Tekken seems very hardcore. I feel like Injustice 2... I feel like... Maybe it's because of the superhero thing. I've seen people play Tekken. It appeals to more people. I do the Mark method, and I watch Twitch on Tekken. Yeah. I've seen people play Tekken, and it does look fun. I think out of the two, I mean, Tekken and Injustice were probably the two heavy... Oh, those are the two heavy hitters. Because like ARMS... What about Marvel vs. Capcom is Marvel vs. Capcom? I mean, that would be. I don't know. I just that would be. I mean, it's not a bad game. Injustice 2 versus Mortal Kombat, the last Mortal Kombat that came out. Which one would you pick? Well, Mortal Kombat has the fatality system, so you'd go Mortal Kombat probably, and the brutality system. Yeah, and the X-ray. And when you fight online and you get brutality, you're like. I'm done. You go take a nap. That's like an embarrassing. You go take a nap, right? Because they have to do a very the only game that so I've played ARMS, and I just put it this way: if you have a Nintendo Switch and you want to get ARMS, I would wait for a sale. Like I was really excited for ARMS because it's the 1v1, and I was really excited when I first started playing it too. But after about a couple days, you're like, I spent $60 on this. Like that was the only one that I felt. Which one? ARMS. Okay. On the Nintendo Switch. when I was in there, I was like, oh man, that one's not gonna have a good day. Because I don't think that one's as good as Injustice and stuff. But
that's not going to be a good time for ARMS. There you go. Next category was Best RPG. What RPGs are in the category this year?
Yeah.
Zelda?
No, Zelda's not in there.
Oh, it's not in the RPG section?
No.
Okay, I'm thinking of something else.
Well, Zelda, well, so the games that are on there is Divinity Original Sin 2, Final Fantasy 15,
yes,
Nier Automata.
Oh, and I watch people play that. It looks amazing.
Persona 5.
Sure.
And South Park, The Fractured Battle. Which I find interesting. I mean, that game should be there. I think it should be there. I just think that's fascinating that South Park. I mean, the fact that South Park game is such a good game, it's like, oh, they did good.
It's actually a legitimate game and not a joke.
It's not a joke. Like it's like, they did a good job.
It's very true.
It's a joke, but it's legitimate.
So Persona 5 takes that one. Congratulations to Persona 5. I hear nothing but good things about you. You make me very curious. Best action / adventure game. Now, this one has a lot of games that we've all played. Much more games. The best action and adventure game. I'm looking for the nominee list.
You want me to get it to
Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay.
Horizon. This is Assassin's Creed Origins. Horizon Zero Dawn. Super Mario Odyssey. The Legend of Zelda. And Uncharted: The Last Legacy. Now look at the year for action adventure games. Every single one of those games is huge.
Good games.
Very good games. Yeah. I mean, huge reviews, huge rave, very popular, super awesome. Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it's almost
takes that one.
It's almost unfair whenever a category has that game in it.
Yeah.
Because if you guys have not played Zelda yet, the most recent one, it's very good.
It's very good.
Speaking of the Legend of Zelda,
it will stand the test of time.
Yeah. At the Game Awards, they just said, "Hey, by the way, the DLC's out now. The new story DLC."
Did. That is one thing that they announced.
It's out.
Yeah.
They patched it.
Having said that, I mean, look what you've got: Assassin's Creed Origins, which is on a lot of people's Game of the Year. Year list. That's Horizon Zero Dawn, also on a lot of people's Game of the Year. I mean, this could basically been that you switch best action RPG adventure or best action / adventure game. This could basically be the Game of the Year category with those games, with those nominees.
I can see that.
I mean, Uncharted, Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Odyssey, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Assassin's Creed Origin. Holy crap! If you're into action adventure games, this year was the year for you.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Yeah. Freaky in chat says, "Does Zelda have achievements?" No, because it's a Nintendo game. They don't have achievements.
Nintendo doesn't have achievements.
Yeah, they don't have achievements. But I mean, I really like to cook in that game, so that takes the cake for me.
Yeah.
You unlock stuff as you cook too.
You do.
You discover new recipes.
Yeah.
The Wii U had the sticker system, but Switch has yet to implement something like that.
Which is I think that's I think Nintendo.
Yeah, they should.
I think they should do it. I think that's something that they should do because I really like achievements.
Well,
I think they're missing out.
Yeah, no, they absolutely are.
Yeah, Freaky in chat is very into achievements. I remember that. So he's out. He's not playing.
Best action game. This was another good year for action games. Wolfenstein 2 is there. The new Colossus. Prey is there. Also Bethesda. There's two Bethesda games right there. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this game. Neo. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a PlayStation 4. Another
it was kind of a Dark Souls-ish.
It's very Dark Souls. It's Dark
Just
Souls
ninjas,
more Japanese.
Yeah.
It's a more Japanese and more intense Dark Souls.
Destiny 2 is there, and Cuphead is there. Now, I feel like Cuphead.
What was the category again?
This is action game. Now, Cuphead is action.
Yeah.
But it's not in the same realm of action. I mean, it's a very different version of action than all of these other games. Wolfenstein, Prey, Destiny, and
no, it's an action game. You're shooting little balls out of your fingertips.
Yeah.
I mean, if that doesn't spell action, I don't know what.
The winner of this game
is cartoon form.
The winner of this game is the one and only.
Or the winner of
Wolfenstein 2. This is the best action game. The winner of this category.
Dude, it won because of the friggin' first 10 minutes of the game alone.
Oh yeah, Wolfenstein 2 blows my mind so good.
I cannot wait to play this.
Dude,
I'm telling you.
First sequence.
First 10 minutes, your jaw will drop. You right, Jordan?
Yeah.
Was I not right on that?
And you're like, whoa.
All right, I gotta just sit down and play this. I really do. Maybe I'll do it in the week. Well, I gotta do the first one.
It explains how Blazkowicz, whatever.
His name,
Mr. B.
How his life
I can never
has been,
pronounce
right?
it. How he becomes a tough dude.
The whole, basically, the first hour is just really good because there's things that it's just really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So you guys are happy with that one too, then, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
congratulations,
I
Wolfenstein 2.
well-deserved.
Best VR game, I'm just going to say it's Resident Evil. There's really not that much
well,
in
you
that
yourself
category.
have played Resident Evil in VR.
This is really the first full game, like full AAA game that went VR.
Do you remember that kitchen demo?
I remember it.
That was Resident Evil 7.
That scared me.
Yeah.
I actually only was on for 5 seconds, and I was like, I'm not even going to do this.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Take it
No,
away.
we don't hear that much about VR lately. Is VR going away? Is it just not there yet?
I don't think it's going
Was
away.
Phil
I just
Spencer
think it's
right in saying it's just not there yet? We want to focus on bringing stuff now to gamers.
I think VR is where Mixer is. It's young.
Oh, it's in its infancy.
Yeah.
I can
It's
see that.
infinitesimal.
It's very small.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think there's a lot of like that Resident Evil demo that we played, and Resident Evil itself on VR is really fun. But
Yeah.
I think just a few more steps and you're there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not gonna go over handhelds or mobile's best ongoing game. Now I don't know who was all in this category. Best ongoing games. These are games that have perpetual worlds. So I would imagine like a Destiny is included in this. Here are the games that were nominated for best ongoing game. I really enjoy this category because these are games that I really want to get into.
And these are games that should get credit, even though they've released previously.
Mario Kart could be in this category.
Hey, yeah, that would be, you'd be okay with that. No, this is a game that the developers have continuously
supported, come out with updates, DLC,
still
expansions.
Active. Yeah.
Living worlds, if you will.
Yeah.
Warframe is in there. Rainbow Six Siege, Player Unknown's Battlegrounds. Okay, I kind of have a problem with that one being in there
because it's
as
not
the
really
best ongoing.
Wait, why?
game.
Because it's not released.
It's not released.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree
not
with
released. But I mean, you can't deny the impact that game has had this year. So of course, it's there.
Well, and I feel like ongoing games, you have to be at least out. Like
you can't be ongoing if you're not released.
Yeah. Well, and when did Unknown Battlegrounds come out? Was it this year?
That's like giving someone Person of the Year when they're not yet born.
Yeah.
Right. Like basically.
Well, I was gonna say I also think you should on an ongoing game you should at least be released for a year. But I don't know when was PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds released. I feel like they haven't been out.
There's so many
too
analogies
long.
we could make. That.
I don't know when it was released, but anyways,
anyway.
it does deserve. Does it deserve to be
it's
there?
fun.
Yes, absolutely, it deserves to be there. So best ongoing game. So sorry, Warframe, Rainbow Six Siege, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, Overwatch, Grand Theft Auto Online, Destiny 2. Overwatch wins this one.
Yeah.
Do we agree with that? With up against these games, I would say I will be honest. I would have to give it myself. It would be.
I'm gonna guess your answer.
It would be either between
Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Either of those two would be worthy winners in my mind. Overwatch is a great game, don't get me wrong, and deserves to be there. But as far as ongoing, just look at what Grand Theft Auto has done and is coming out still with this year. Some of the best modes ever.
Well, the trailer, did you see the
new
trailer?
one?
Yeah, the new trailer that just came out. It actually is really awesome.
It's like straight out of the 80s. You got freaking Back to the Future cars that are flying in the sky.
I know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Do you disagree with me on that, McSpicy? Agree? I mean, they deserve to be there. Absolutely. They deserve the award, but I just wouldn't have.
Well, let's talk about, let's say they're based on what? Impact?
Ongoing
Impact.
They don't
I would
have
say
a summary
because
on
Rainbow Six Impact, that's still to date one of the most played games. Grand Theft Auto is still one of the most played games, and Overwatch is still. Those three are consistently on like the top 5 played games for the week for Xbox.
Yeah,
they're always
they're always
there.
I
don't know.
I would say
I would say that it's a toss up between those 3.
Yeah,
I would say I would be comfortable with any 3 of those getting.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I think that's a really cool category. Really cool category. Best. Speaking of impact, games for impact. I don't know what this means. Does anybody know what this means? Games for impact. This is like a social statement game, right? And I know that the winner of this game was Hellblade because it's about mental health issues.
Yeah.
And it looks freaking cool.
I know, and that game I've heard is really good.
They Michael Bay'd mental health issues? Isn't
Dude,
that
they
this
really
one?
did. They really did. Life is Strange was the other one that was
I thought
on
of
this
you
that
when
I
I heard that.
that I recognized, as well as What Remains of Edith Finch, which that was
We all
a
played that
solid
one.
game.
Yeah.
Such a good game. But congratulations, Hellblade, for games for impact. I like that category too, actually, keeping that separate. Best performance. We don't need to go over actors or actresses. Hellblade won Best Audio Design.
Uh-huh.
That Best Music was Nier Automata.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Best Audio Design. I think The Legend of Zelda that would probably be mine looking at this list.
Best Art Direction, hands down. I don't think there's a competition here.
Well, when you
Cuphead
hand
easily
draw
wins. Yeah, when you hand draw, you've got to get that. And just the way it looks.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go. Cuphead wins that one. Best Narrative. What were the other games nominated here for Best Narrative?
So Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn, Nier Automata, What Remains of Edith Finch, and Wolfenstein 2.
Oh, Wolfenstein 2 was on that.
Yeah.
Crazy that an action game that level has, because it is cool.
Yeah,
Let me tell you,
stories,
first 10 minutes, again, McSpicy will blow your mind.
And there's one part that I started laughing so hard, but it was so good. About 30 minutes in, but it was just so good.
Well, so the winner is What Remains of Edith Finch.
And that game just sucks you in. Now, McSpicy, you played this game as well.
Yeah, I beat it.
And you beat it.
Yeah, I beat that
And you're
game.
not a fan of these types of games.
Yeah.
But you enjoyed it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think they did a good job at the pacing. It really, and they have a whole bunch of mini games in there.
Yeah.
Just they don't mean anything really, but they have you do something other than pressing A.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, this game's whole story is narrative. Like the game is narrative. So I mean, they put all their eggs in the narrative
basket and did so very well.
They did a good job. Yeah, I think they did a good job.
Absolutely. Congratulations. What Remains of Edith Finch. Good job. But let's just skip over to Game of the Year. Game of the Year nominations. This was just a great year for gaming because look at this. You got The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Odyssey, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. So let me ask you this. With PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, and I know other people, if you listen to other podcasts, they might have talked about this already because it just seems so obvious to me. It's not yet released, and it's up for Game of the Year this year. When it fully releases next year, will it be up for Game of the Year next year?
Technically, by the rules, it can
Technically,
be,
by the rules, it can be, right?
That's why I don't feel games
so a game
that are
preview
early access
early access can get awards, but
that's well, yeah, we already went.
Isn't the release date
in 2 weeks?
December 20th?
Yeah, it's December 20th.
That's still technically
is it December 20th for full release? But it's just Xbox preview.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, it releases.
Then I'm okay with that.
I guess it releases on December 20th.
Okay, yeah. I'm okay with
that.
So
they just barely put that in.
Oh, there you go. Troubadour said it. Thanks, Troubadour. Yeah, absolutely. There you go. Okay, never mind. I retract my statement. Take that back.
They should have had this award ceremony on the 21st.
I still don't retract it from the other one though, because I feel like you had to be out for at least longer than a year to be an ongoing game.
Ongoing game. Agree. I would agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, because Destiny 2 just released 3 months ago. How can it be
the only reason Destiny gets away with it because I feel like it can be considered an expansion to Destiny 1, right? Okay. Like a World of Warcraft, you know what I mean?
Sure, I can see that. Horizon Zero Dawn and then Persona 5 Game of the Year nominations and The Legend of Zelda, of course.
And Super Mario Odyssey was on there. I don't think you mentioned that
Super Mario Odyssey was on there as well, yeah. But Legend of Zelda wins. Breath of the Wild. This is
I can agree with that.
It literally is a masterpiece. But look at the games. This year was a great year for gaming. Overall, I felt the Game Awards
I thought it was really good this year.
Went really well. It was a little long for my taste. In fact, I went to bed early.
Here's the deal. When an award ceremony takes longer than 3 hours, you got to tighten some production up. You really got to just squeeze something. You got to X this person out of there. You got to figure things out. It's a game ceremony, and it's 3 hours long.
I wish how they would do it is award trailer award trailer award trailer. You know what I mean? Because that's what I would like. But I really enjoyed it though. I watched it. I did dip out a couple times because it was a little long.
Like, oh my gosh!
So during some of the categories, I was like, I'll go do a few things.
Yeah, they should tighten.
But
up
I thought overall it was really, I really liked it this year.
Yeah, I liked it. As
mostly because I thought the categories last year. I feel like there was a couple of categories where I was like, you put that game against that game type of thing. But I felt this year was very well.
It felt
done.
tightened up. It felt a little more polished. It felt a little more substantive.
I forget his name, but the creator / host of it, I think he did a good job. I think it was awesome.
He did do a good job. Oh, one thing that we didn't talk about that I want to talk about, the game. What is the game called where you're like a co-op? The creator of that was on, and that guy, he's a wild man. He's a wild man. The creator. What is that game called? Where you're two. it's only multiplayer, and you're both playing at the same time.
Oh yeah, the prison game.
Prison game.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I remember seeing it, but I don't remember the name.
Way Out.
Yeah,
that's
A Way Out. Yeah,
he was on.
And you can only play it co-op.
Have you guys seen that footage when he was on and interviewed? Oh my goodness, we're gonna watch this after the show. In fact, after the show, we probably will be doing.
Is he funny? Is he like an odd guy?
He is.
Because in the trailer, he struck me as kind of like an odd character.
Oh, when he like threw the game.
Yeah, he's all, guess what, guys? Whoop!
He repeatedly said "F the Oscars." And they tried to move on. He's like, hey, we got to move on. And he just like kept talking, and he was hilarious. I'm sure he annoyed a lot of people. I could see that him annoying some people. I thought he cracked me up. However, if I was the host on stage, it was a difficult situation that had to be handled there. But
yeah,
I might get that game just because he's very passionate.
Because he F the Oscars, man.
Yeah, he's super passionate about his game. That brings us to our next segment.
Oh yeah,
of the show. We're just gonna skip the sound. So we're out of sounds. Our stream deck is down again. They did some updates.
I should just preload some.
They did some updates and it's messed up. So no sounds there for us today.
No, maybe. Hold on.
Maybe we're testing it out. Here we go.
Oh! I did it. I pressed the button.
Yes, that brings us to the news portion of our show. This portion of the show is brought to you by the Xonebros store. Yes, that's right. You heard us correctly. The Xonebros store is here. It's live.
It's real.
It's up. It's real. If you would like to purchase some sweet swag, some sweet Xonebros t-shirts, guess what we have? Some additions. We've got iPhone cases.
Yeah.
We've got some sick canvas wall art brought to you by the one and only Mr. McSpicy.
Hello, I painted.
He painted.
Yeah, you can come check out my artwork.
Tell us a little bit about your canvas.
Oh, so I don't necessarily like to promote my stuff. I like to paint, and usually I only share my wife with what I paint. But
yes.
I shared with some people, and they're like, "Oh, that's really good. I'd buy that." I was like, "Okay, I guess I'll put it on the store." The painting I put out there at this time, it's called Bayek Enters.
Bayek Enters.
It's inspiration from Assassin's Creed Origins. So if you want to go to the store, xonebros.com/store.
You can check that out there. Also, if you are in Europe, we've got you taken care of. You can go to xonebros.com/EU store. This way you can avoid the insane taxes. They do ship to Australia, I believe. R56 Cooper asked, do they ship to Australia? I believe the US store does. Just make sure when you just go click and go to FAQ, and they will be able to answer where they ship to. But I believe they do ship to Australia.
I got to say, there's also a pillow.
There's a pillow.
There's a pillow of David Smiles.
It's called the All Smiles pillow.
That was seriously one of the best
Let me tell you why this
I've ever seen.
Why this is great.
That.
It's a red pillow. It's a throw pillow. It's an indoor pillow. It's the Xonebros All Smile pillow.
There's lots of colors.
There's
the red one
colors.
is the one I'm promoting right now.
If you have ever dreamt of laying with X1, that is me.
Of this guy right over here,
just snuggling up. If you're watching a horror movie, maybe you're playing some Resident Evil 7 and you get scared and you just need to snuggle something. My face, you can now do that. It is possible.
David's got his own pillow.
Xonebros All Smiles indoor pillow. Go check it out. I believe we've all ordered one. It's going to be draping our couches everywhere.
Funny story. I showed my wife and I said, I'm buying this. And she said I could buy it, but it couldn't be on our bed because she would feel uncomfortable. So it's just going to be a throw pillow for our couch.
And we also have some onesies for the children. So
there's baby onesies.
Baby onesies. We have some toddler t-shirts coming soon and some other surprises coming. But the store is finally up. It's put together. It's on point. Go check it out. We went for the highest quality material on everything because we want to make stuff that lasts just like this community. Go check us out. xonebros.com/store.
We'll be adding a whole bunch of cool stuff.
There is an iPhone case, isn't there?
There is an iPhone case.
Yeah, we can protect your phone.
We can protect your phone.
We can protect you.
Not just from trolls. And with that, Jordan, what is happening in the world that is Xbox One this week?
Well, we went over a lot of it in the Game Awards. I mean, that was the biggest one. We got 50-50 Horde mode, Sea of Thieves release date. You can pre-order now. But dude, this one was dirty. This one was good. Soul Calibur 6.
Oh, I forgot that. Yeah. Soul Calibur 6 was announced.
Oh, man.
There was rumors that it might be announced. We weren't sure.
Yeah.
Got announced.
This is a good fighting game. I love Mortal Kombat, and Mortal Kombat's really one of the only fighting games I play. I have dabbled in like Capcom versus Marvel and stuff because one of my friends is really into it. But I like the Mortal Kombat, and I like Injustice. I like NetherRealm. Soul Calibur, it's one of those ones you'll always buy.
Yeah,
I like Soul Calibur. Hopefully they have Yoda and Darth Vader like they did in the old ones.
Amen.
Depending on which console you got it on, depends on your extra character. Oh, it was so good.
Did they announce the release date, or this was just
2018.
a teaser trailer? So just 2018. Okay,
yeah. Soul Calibur 6.
That's very exciting.
Another fun, the Brad Pitt game here, World
War
War
Z.
Z. Yeah, it actually looked really.
It looked fun. Super fast zombies. Not the best graphics.
No,
but super fast.
Super fast zombies, and hopefully there's like a Brad Pitt character.
I would like that.
I would too.
I would like that.
Also, Outlast 3 has been confirmed. They basically said, "Yeah, we'll make it."
Outlast, it's coming. Guess what?
Yeah, we'll make it.
It's coming.
Some people might be disappointed in this. Far Cry 5 and The Crew delayed. I think Far Cry 5 was only delayed a month, which isn't too bad. Let me double check. Yeah, so about a month. It will come out in March instead of February, so it's literally 1 month. And then The Crew will be released sometime in the first half of the 2018-2019 physical year.
Absolutely.
So no one knows what that means.
No one knows.
It's just coming out,
When
you start to get into physical years, who knows what's going on.
Now, did any of us play the original Crew?
Yes.
Jordan, McSpicy?
Yes.
I tried.
I played for like 3 hours.
Okay.
2 hours.
I kept trying to go back to it.
Yeah.
But I would play
because it was ambitious in the respect that was seamless multiplayer.
Oh, don't use that word.
Okay. But I mean, one large multiplayer across the U.S., drive anywhere.
Well, I really like the Midnight Club series. Sure. So I was like, I just need like this arcade racer, and I kept going. It's not a bad racer or a bad game in any way, but I couldn't stick to it like Forza and Forza Horizon. So,
so Forza Horizon obviously is the king. They did it better, but Crew is trying to do something a little bit different. Do you think it set a good foundation for a Crew 2? McSpicy.
I don't know. Oh well, I don't know.
What was it that kept you from staying in that game?
Well, what kept me, what was trying to get me to stay was the story, but what wasn't was the driving. So
okay,
and that's like the core. But
I feel like
Jordan. Like, what do you think? Because it felt squishier. I can't put my.
Yeah, I try every time I jump back into it. I did have some connectivity issues, but every time I did jump back into it, I would play for a little bit, and then I'd jump over to Horizon 3. You know what I mean? When Horizon 3 came out. I mean, Crew came out, I think, way before Horizon 3. But when Horizon 3 came out, even Horizon 2, like, I just felt myself jumping back to Forza.
Yeah.
your
So,
shirt.
I feel, I'm wearing the E3 Forza shirt.
You are.
Yeah, it's nice
sexy.
Shirt. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I should do a photo shoot here. I was going to say something. And I feel like the idea here that they're going for is a winning idea. Like if they could bring me back a Midnight Club experience, but the vastness of open world racing that you can have now, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm 100% in. So I hope with number one they learned enough to bring us what they intend it to fully be with the Crew 2.
Yeah, dude, I kind of really hope that Rockstar makes another Midnight Club. That's a good game.
Was that from Rockstar?
Yeah, it was from Rockstar.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, you just blew my mind.
I'm pretty sure. I'll look it up, but I'm pretty darn certain that Rockstar made that game.
Wow.
They were just like, let's make a racing game.
That's a good game.
Well, that's how they did with like Warriors, and that's like one of my favorite games too. They're like, let's just make a cool.
So Far Cry 5 is pushed back exactly 1 month. It's on February, it was on February 27th. It's now going to be March 27th, close to your birthday again.
Oh,
and the Crew 2, the Crew 2, physical year. Who knows what that means? But it's coming. This one, everybody's getting that battle royale itch.
They're getting on the battle royale.
Gets a battle royale expansion called Bad Blood.
In
2018. Now, it's not your typical battle royale. It's kind
different.
of their twist.
You know what it reminds me of? I'll be perfectly honest. It's survival mode. Division. It's Division
it really
survival
is.
mode.
Okay. With NPCs.
It's PvP, PvE. You're dropped into a zombie infested zone. Last one standing wins. You can ally with people and then backstab them for bosses. There's gonna be bosses in there and stuff.
Wow.
You've got to take blood samples from zombies or other dead players or whatnot to move on.
Hopefully those are the only samples we need to take from zombies, right?
It's almost got that Rust kind of feel when you're like,
okay.
hey, oh, hey, don't shoot.
Yeah,
You know,
friendly.
yeah. You know, I don't have anything.
No, I really
Yeah, so you can still, so you
I
take,
have a candle.
you take blood samples.
Keeping an eye on each other.
You have to scavenge for blood samples from the infected. So listen to this, though. The more samples the players harvest collectively, the more evacuation seats on the chopper are unlocked. But everyone pays for their seat individually. So the chopper, I'm sure you can like beeline it maybe to the chopper, and then you're the only guy that gets to leave, or you can collect enough samples collectively to unlock more seats, buy your seat on the chopper, and get out of there. It sounds interesting. Honestly, it sounds like survival mode on the Division, which nails it, and it's a fun mode
with a mix of that PvP. Yeah, it's
with
really,
zombies.
yeah. I mean, it's really cool. So
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited for that because I thought Dying Light, a game I haven't finished, which I'm ashamed because it was really fun. I really liked it.
Here's a game I feel like also that deserves to be on the ongoing. This game is continually supported and updated, as well as Rainbow Six. Great job. I mean, Ubisoft is killing it with supporting of their games.
Does Ubisoft make Dying Light?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm gonna check because
Check that.
I don't want to
check
give
that, 'cause it
Ubisoft
might
credit
be-
when they don't deserve it.
It might be infinitesimal.
While Mark checks that out, Gears of War December update. It came out because it's December 8th, and it came out December 7th.
Update on the update.
It's out.
It's out. It's now out.
So improved credits, an XP game, new achievements. Gears Miss is what they call. Oh, sorry, you got new Horde event skins, but Gears Miss, right? It's the Merry Christmas Gears of War. It's a holiday-tastic Horde special event. The return of Team Deathmatch Snowball.
Oh,
which
cool.
Gears of War snowball fights.
So
unlike any other snowball.
We're
fight.
talking about Dying Light, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't Tech or no.
Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment.
Never mind. It's an off night for me here.
It's okay. That's why
I apologize. Was it published by Ubisoft?
No, is it published by
It's
like
published by Warner
like
Brothers,
that?
and then Techland makes it. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right. My bad. I apologize again.
And we don't want to give Ubisoft credit.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, come on.
But Ubisoft, come on.
They make some
Ubisoft
good
has
games.
done a good
They make the Division.
Assassin's Creed
Maybe
Origins.
it's because you said Division earlier. That's what you.
Maybe I'm
of.
thinking of Division. Yeah, Division. Why wasn't Division on that list? Division, especially with this 1.8 update, blows my mind. Blows my mind. Speaking of the 1.8 update,
it's out.
It's here. It's free. It's basically a free expansion.
New zones.
New zones, new mode. The newest mode is Resistance. It's called Resistance, and basically it's waves of bosses.
Yeah.
And you go in and you play. There's the new zone is the West Pier. And
West Side Pier. I hear that's the place to go.
It's a place to go. And you get to travel over to a new safe zone. So I went and traveled over to the new safe zone. Yeah, I ran there, and it's cool.
Cool.
The pier is cool. I'm really looking forward to jump into this. There's new PvP mode as well, where it's 4-on-4.
Yeah, they can remember that was one of their expansions.
I'm just so excited.
That we just skipped.
That we just
straight up stop playing.
I'll be honest, we didn't play it.
There was other things to do.
So yeah, it's out. It's free. It's for everybody. Check out the West Side Pier.
Yeah, they've done a lot of updates to the Dark Zone, how that works.
The Dark Zone was really fun.
Dark Zone still is fun. In fact,
and the reason their survival mode was so fun is because it was like Dark Zone enhanced. You know,
it
like
was
it was
Dark
just,
Zone on crack.
Yeah, it was just.
I'm
they
telling
do
you guys,
have some modes.
Jump
man.
in that with me. Jono's downloading it right now. I convinced him.
Oh, right now, literally right now.
Right now.
Okay.
He's doing it right now.
Okay, I got to make some room on my hard drive.
Do it. Delete Overwatch.
You're a funny guy.
Just kidding. Probably Halo. You could delete Halo 5. It's a huge. That's a huge game.
Do you know why it's still on my Xbox?
Because we need to play it.
Because you and I still have not played the campaign.
That's one of those games where it's so big, you're like, I don't want to have to re-download.
I think it's like 110 gig.
Well, and with the Xbox Enhanced stuff that they threw out on it, probably it was dude.
It's like game. I think. Is there a game that comes bigger?
I think they just said, don't compress it.
Yeah, they're just like,
don't compress it. Just go.
No, just go, man. Just go.
Realms in Minecraft, which we already talked about. Destiny Expansion Pass 1 Trials. Is it Trials of Osiris? No, Curse of Osiris. Trials of Osiris is the mode. Yeah. Curse of Osiris now out. Dude, check it out. Mercury raid. The guild's doing it right now. If you're that good. Also,
Boom.
The Xbox One Enhanced did come out, and HDR is one of them. 4K is the other one. Now. I heard someone told me they said, "Hey man, 4K, go look at the Traveler." it's pretty legit.
4K
The Traveler in
really?
4K. Yeah, they're like, you'll know you got the enhanced update if you go look at the Traveler. You'll know.
And
so I went to the tower and I looked at the Traveler. It's very pretty up there. It's very crisp.
It's gorgeous.
It's nice and
high
sharp.
dynamic
resolution.
range, 4K.
Ooh.
It's good.
It's worth it. Just
it's
right
good
there.
stuff. Yeah.
So you didn't get a chance to play any of it.
No,
yet, though,
remember
huh?
I went up. No, that's what happened. I loaded it up, and I was like, oh, the Traveler, that's really cool. And I was like, oh, it's 4K. I wonder, like, I want to see 4K in action. So I was like, oh, PvP is high intensity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went to PvP and I played like 4 or 5 rounds, and I totally forgot that the DLC is out, and
it hurt you.
and then I went to bed, and woke up the next morning. Oh crap!
Oh no!
But that's what PvP does to you, man. You get sucked in.
What did you think of PvP?
I like it. I just like, when you do good and you feel good.
Yeah.
When you do bad, you feel like you suck and you get frustrated
and
and
break your controller.
I really like Destiny PvP because I feel like I got a handle on it.
Okay, I can appreciate that.
Yep. That's all I got to say about that.
There you go.
And then, of course, the Game Awards were this week, which we already discussed
we
as
did
well.
go over. Felt like they overall went pretty decent.
It was pretty kind of
Nothing to
big week.
complain
If you think
about.
about a lot of cool stuff coming.
Big news, fun times brings us to the next segment of our show.
I accidentally used the wrong one last time. We're gonna do the. You know what? We're gonna do.
I was gonna say the news one did sound a little different.
Yeah.
Oh, it's off. It's broken.
It's off. It stopped working.
Stream
You
Deck
had
is broken
one
again.
button on it.
Hold on.
You had one job.
Yeah,
You had one
button.
button to
I'm
press.
gonna make it work. I just
All you
reset. I
had
just
to
reset
do
the
It wasn't
board.
even the right
Press
button.
one button.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
here we go. We're going. Testing this.
No, it's completely broken.
Okay, it's completely broken. It's out. We will fix that. It's been 2 weeks now, and it's just one of those ongoing technical difficulty situations that we have. This is the portion of the show where we take your questions. This is the
Okay.
last portion of
Okay,
our show.
here we go.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
That's
we
gonna
can-
be our
that
bumper.
works.
That bumper.
We can use it. And there we go.
That's our bumper. Here, I'll do this one again though. There we go. We'll just do that one again.
There we go. This is the portion of the show where we take your questions every Friday over on Facebook. A post goes up. You can submit a question. We'll talk about it here on the show. The portion of this show is brought to you by iTunes. Please make sure you go over and subscribe to us on iTunes. Rate us there. Review us there. iTunes is still the big boy in podcasts. If you want to help us grow, that is one of the best ways that you can do it. Go support us. Subscribe to us. Even if you don't listen to iTunes, subscribe to us on iTunes. Helps us in the rankings. Helps us go up. Every week we fluctuate within the top 100, but we are in the top 100 there in games. Our position fluctuates by day.
What are you laughing
What are
at,
you laughing
Jordan?
I went to type in bing.com.
Yeah.
And I accidentally typed in bong.com. So if you see something on your router that's a little weird, it was an accident. I was the typo. The O's next to the I. And
That
I'm
is so
sorry.
funny.
Oh, great.
Oh,
great.
my bad.
JD Nolik writes in, and I think I mispronounced his name. JD Nolk. Noelk. Yeah, that's what I think it is. Noelk.
Yeah.
JD Noelk. Anyways, JD writes in and says, related to last week's discussion, can you think of a game that had amazing reviews that you played, but then you felt was terrible or mediocre? So last week, for those of you catching up here, last week we had a question where we talked about games that got terrible reviews, but that we enjoyed. What about the opposite? JD wants to know if we've ever played a game that got great reviews that we just did not enjoy. Anything that jumps off the page there.
I feel like there's one. I just got to
But
think about it.
I know. I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
too.
I feel like there's somewhere I'm like, you like that game? I can't think of it, though. I'm pretty lenient when it comes to games.
Yeah.
Like, there's really not one that... I mean, there's a couple that I like.
Any of that were just
hate.
disappointing.
I mean, you really got to do something.
You got to do something.
You really
bad.
got to do something to make me hate you.
Anything that had a lot of everybody was
There's been
that,
a lot of I don't like this game because of this, and I'm like, oh, there's been a lot of the opposite,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. But
Well, see, and I'm starting to think that it's some games that I just don't like because I don't like them. Like I
Sure.
don't like sports
Yeah.
games, so.
Sure.
But that's not fair. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a hard one. This is a hard
With
question.
you, I
Yeah.
actually don't think you don't like sports games. I think you just don't play them.
You are incorrect. I get so frustrated when I play sports games.
Because, for instance, golf club. I think you'd really. Like
I
golf
would
club.
see, but see, any. We're gonna get into.
he's got you.
We're gonna get into the logistics of sports games. That's a game where you can eat potato chips and play a sport.
Mm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
That's a game. That's a sport.
It's like bowling.
Yeah, I know. You can just that's nachos. You can seriously eat nachos and bowl. So that I don't count golf club into that category of sports games.
FIFA, you couldn't see yourself getting into FIFA?
No, yeah.
How about a baseball game? Oh, because let me tell you, baseball games are so awesome.
Baseball games are fun. Okay, it just comes down to football games. I just hate football games. I just hate Madden.
Dayless in chat says Inside, he was not a big... I could see that. Inside is a very distinct style. I can see you not... it gets rave reviews, but then not necessarily liking it.
I got one. I know mine.
Oh, here we go.
No. Do you have yours? I don't want to interrupt.
No, I don't have one. I'm searching. I'm stalling to search.
Pretty much 95% of Telltale games.
Oh, and okay, yeah.
I don't think you can call, and this is just me personally.
Sure.
And I'm probably going to get a lot of hate from this.
Mm-hmm.
But any game that just requires me to press A to see the next cinematic is not a game to me. That's an interactive comic, a movie, something. But Telltale games, I don't think they should call them games. I'll be honest. I hope I don't offend anybody.
He's honest.
I'm a guy that doesn't like QuickTime events in games itself because I feel like that's lazy game developing.
Yeah.
And this is a Telltale game is the epitome of a QuickTime event.
What's
game.
the difference? So do you feel that way about Edith Finch?
Well, see, Edith Finch, it's borderline that way, except it keeps you. They have a bunch of mini games in there, and it keeps you. I don't know. It plays it differently, and it's the same with that. What's that coming of age girl?
Stranger Things.
Stranger something. Life is Strange.
Life is Strange.
That one,
Strange was there.
That one is beyond they do it differently than Telltale. Stranger Things. You get me say that. Life is Strange. Does it in a way that you feel like you're still playing a game, whereas Telltale makes it seem like a movie that I'm trying to play.
Minus you enjoyed Wolf Among Us.
Wait,
okay.
Yeah, so 95. That's why I said 95%.
Sure. Which ones have you played?
I've played the first chapter of the first Walking Dead.
Okay.
I've played Wolf Among Us.
And you enjoyed Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, I still want to go back to it. And I still disagree with how the game is made. Okay. I don't think it's a game. I just don't feel like that's a game.
You want more. So the reason perhaps that what you're saying, if I hear you correctly.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Because I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
Perhaps what makes you enjoy Edith Finch, and I'm sure Wolf Among Us is like this, because I think judging all Telltale games by the first Walking Dead, is not good. They've improved so much. That's the worst one, in my opinion.
Batman looks like he has a rod up his butt as he walks around.
Well, that's an art style or their engine style, and I don't know
marching. Batman doesn't march.
What their engine style is, but Batman's very good as well. But I think and Telltale does a better job of this now than they did with Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
but Edith Finch did a good job of it, and it's why Wolf Among Us you probably enjoy. Edith Finch did a good job of it. Life is Strange.
It's just the
it's that you're walking around and you can explore. You're exploring. You're finding clues that then enhance the story.
Maybe.
Whereas you're not actually doing anything gamey necessarily, like no real game mechanics besides exploration. But that exploration is I think what you enjoy. That really was missing in the first Walking Dead. The first Walking Dead was almost
fair
all,
enough. So it's
Walking
probably
Dead
better.
Was almost all story. And as they've improved, it's much more like an Edith Finch now. The Telltale games.
I hope so, because Edith Finch had a part where I was like throwing a whale down the mountain, and they turned that into a video.
Well,
game.
Edith Finch is unique in and of itself.
Yeah, that's true.
But super fun.
Yeah, no. So that's what I'm gonna say. Because everybody loves Telltale games. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills because I'm the only one that doesn't.
Sure.
Sure.
Jordan, anything that stands out to you? Games that have gotten really good reviews that you didn't necessarily like? Dayless earlier said Inside, and I can see that because it's a very specific style of game.
Well,
that a lot of people like, and the ending. You either love the ending or you hated the ending. If that makes the whole game for you.
I thought Inside reviews were funny because they're like, I love the story they told, and I'm like, I don't even know what story that like they were going somewhere with it, and then at the end they're just like,
well, they ran out of time. They're like, just make them.
We gotta ship it.
Inside was cool.
Take his clothes off and make him a blob.
It was a good game.
Inside was cool.
I just thought the reviews were so okay, I don't mean this in any bad way, but I feel when you get into the independent section of like with movies, games, and stuff, it's
It's
just
a lot
like,
more forgiving, right?
Well, it's just there's a lot of like, dude, it's so not in the mainstream.
It's got
it's not,
the
you know, yeah, it's like
It's
it's more
got
that, and it just makes me laugh sometimes. Like,
the
yeah,
hipster reviews.
and
are
Telltale, I
attracted to
feel
it.
like had I mean, it was a great game. I'd give it a solid 8, 9 out of 10. But
Sure.
the ending for me, I was
Do you
on
know
the
what's-
category of what is
What
happening.
Do you know what's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
funny with that ending? Because I played that with my wife, and she felt like that with. She was like you. She's like, "What in the world?"
Well, it just-
And I seriously was laughing to tears because I'm like, "What did they just? What is this? What just happened?" And it ends. That
You know what
quick.
that ending is? That ending is modern art. I think.
yeah, well,
I think-
and that's why everybody's like the message it gave me, and I'm like, what message?
I
Like, I
think-
don't get it.
I think they thought
it was definitely
we've got this
abstract.
really cool game, and I thought they were going one direction, and then the ending happens, and it just takes a
Now-
complete left turn. And I think it's gaming's equivalent, that ending, just the ending specifically of modern art, where you're there and you're looking at a red dot on the wall, and people all around you are like, it's beautiful. Oh, I love the statement it's making, and you're like, I don't understand
What statement is it making?
I could do this, and that's how I felt. Just the specific ending scene of Inside was.
Yeah.
It was like,
Well,
I'm looking
now,
around and
okay,
people are like,
now its predecessor
that
by
that paint splatter is genius, so artistic. And I'm like, my 2-year-old does that with her food every night.
Its predecessor from Playground Games. Is it Playground Games? No, that's Forza. Anyway, Inside's predecessor, Limbo. Now that ending made sense.
Okay.
And especially with the title, like it made sense. This ending, I just
Yeah,
Overall, though, I
they
really
took
enjoyed
an
that game.
interesting creative choice.
it came out.
Jordan, you were going to say a game. You had a game in mind, a game that
I couldn't think of it.
So I'll
honestly.
say one that I was disappointed in. This is one that I still enjoyed, but overall, and I would like to go back, and I just can't. And it's ESO.
Oh yeah.
And I
okay,
kept,
yeah,
I went all the way to Endgame, and it
I
didn't
agree.
quite have the Sky. I wanted the Skyrim with friends, and it just never hit that for me. Even though I like this game, still a disappointment to me. And so Black Desert Online is going to be my MMO, which came out with an expansion, which looks friggin' amazing.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see Black
Yeah.
Desert Online on the Scorpio because I can't get it that pretty on my computer. But guess what? On the Scorpio, I can have it that pretty. So there you go. Great question,
so there you
JD. Thank you so much for writing in. Really appreciate it. Peter Sonnen writes in and says, "A Hat in Time just recently got released on Xbox One. For those of you that don't know what A Hat in Time is, and it's like a platform adventure game, very much Banjo-Kazooie, ukulele type of vein. He says it's now released on the Xbox One. It's been getting good reviews. What are your thoughts on this game? Has the revival of classic platformers finally happened? I would say yes and no. I'll go first with this because I've thought about getting this game. I've watched a lot of people play this game. This game seems to be the best out of all of those that have recently released. I think the revival is there in the respect that developers, there's a demand for these types of games. There's interest in these type of games. You need to have a great game to really make that revival. Once a great game hits of these classic platformers, I think we will then see a revival of this specific genre.
I mean, you've already had some good platformers come out, though.
No, but
What
I
do you
mean, this specific, the Banjo-Kazooie, Spyro the Dragon,
Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, I guess Mario Odyssey is. Well, I've not played Mario Odyssey,
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But if to that point, well, there you go. Then if that's the case, if Mario Odyssey counts for that, then I would say yes, it's back 100%. But I do think there is a craving for this, the craving for these childhood, just fun games where you go and collect stars and
Yeah.
and it tells a story and great gameplay mechanics. I think there is a revival there. There's definitely a demand for it. I don't think the demand has yet been met by developers trying to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. And does Mario count because it's in its own? It's like it's in its own bubble.
I don't think Mario counts because it's Mario.
Yeah. Okay. Well, but it's like exactly what you're saying. I mean,
Yeah.
Mario 64 was like the first one that ever
Yeah.
of that style of game, you know,
Yeah.
and that's still praise. And I mean, Mario Odyssey is basically its superior. It's the what's the Terminator? It's the T1. Who's the liquid guy?
I don't know, but
you
I
know how
what you
know the T1000,
the technologically advanced,
the T100 and the T1000. I can't remember. You have Arnold and then the cool cop dude that says, "Have you seen this boy?" It's the evolution of a good machine.
Yeah,
that is what Mario Odyssey is.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. The T1000. Yeah, the T1000 versus the T100. Thank you.
That's what Mario Odyssey is.
That's what Mario Odyssey is.
Anyways, great question, Pete. Great question, Peter. Thank you so much for writing in. Robert Dixon writes in and says he wants to know whether or not we'll see more games follow the trend of Dying Light or Rainbow Six Siege and just pump out nonstop DLC years after release to maintain a steady recurring player base. Whether it's acceptable or do people just want sequels to these titles? I think that's an interesting question. Rainbow Six Siege, would you rather see Rainbow 7 Siege or Rainbow Six Siege 2, or do you like the just pumping out more stuff to keep player base active? Same with a Dying Light. Same with, I would say, Grand Theft Auto Online is probably the ideal example of this. Would you rather see the next Grand Theft Auto or keep seeing additions? Because this newest edition is story-based as well. They went through and there's whole new cutscenes, stories thrown into it. McSpicy, thoughts?
Well, I would say it depends on the game. Like a game like Dying Light will eventually have to have a sequel if it wants to grow. A game like Overwatch or Rainbow Six, you just add another character.
Sure. What about Grand Theft Auto? Grand Theft Auto Online, where do they go from here? Do you think we'll just get a story expansion or at this point?
So here's my theory.
I think the next Grand Theft Auto is Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's what I mean. But see, here's the challenge that they're going to have to face is
it's such a huge player base. They're making so much money.
That's honestly why we talked about this in a show months ago. I honestly believe how you solve that is you put it into the story of Red Dead Redemption being a cowboy, 100 years before, and it goes into like some sort of bank account, escrow, I don't know what you call it, trust, and then your great grandkids get that trust later. So there's a link.
Or you bury your gold. And then you can go find it
in Los Santos.
Grand Theft Auto Online.
I think that's how you keep Grand Theft Auto Online relevant when you come out with a game that is basically the same thing with cowboys.
So you think there will be an expansion to a game like a next Grand Theft, like a Grand Theft Auto 6, but maybe Grand Theft Auto Online will be maintained within,
or you just say all your stuff comes to the next game, like or you just say we're coming out with a new game, all your stuff's coming, because really Grand Theft Auto Online is all about two things really, besides having fun:
vehicles, money, and apartments.
Money, it's all about money and your character level. And obviously, you can get away with removing the character level if you come out with a new game. That's just, okay, I get that.
Yeah.
But your money you've earned, that's what's going to piss people off. So if you can incorporate getting that money into another game, then Rockstar can just say, you know what, we're doing another one. Servers are off. Let's go to the next game. And you'll probably lose a percentage of your player base, but you probably won't at the same time. Yeah. If they do
I think it'd be really cool if Rockstar just makes story expansions.
Yeah,
but keeps the base what's in there now. I mean, I guess you can't because technology improves. For instance, Red Dead Redemption, I think, is going to be much more pretty than Grand Theft Auto. And
like the engine is made for the hardware. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas before, like Grand Theft Auto 5, it was
right
made
there.
for back.
Yeah.
I think that's actually it's just like I think at this point, what's bottlenecking World of Warcraft? Not that there's a lot of bottlenecks on it, but the engine is a Warcraft 3 modded engine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think at a certain point you are bottlenecked. Like even Destiny, at a certain point they were bottlenecked on the old consoles.
Because
you know what I mean? And
they half built it for the old one and half built it for the new one.
Like remember the old consoles couldn't get extra vault space because of RAM issues and stuff like that. And it just I think at a certain point you're bottlenecked by your hardware. Hence why sequels come out and new engines and stuff like that.
Okay. So do we prefer? It depends on the game. McSpicy is what you're saying.
If the game will allow it, yeah.
Jordan, agree, disagree? On do you think games should just come out with DLC like a Rainbow Six Siege, or do you think that players would much rather see sequels to those games?
I don't know. But it works with Rainbow Six Siege. You know what I mean? Like you don't.
Yeah.
I think it works. I don't know. It's kind of like Mark said. It works with some games. It doesn't work with other.
It depends on the game.
Yeah,
that's
it
what
depends on the game. Yeah. Yeah. Because like I'm not craving a Rainbow Six or Rainbow Six 7 or whatever, Rainbow Six Siege 2, whatever, right?
You're craving new
Like,
maps or a new character.
I feel like any updates they put in the next Rainbow Six, they could easily implement in this multiplayer version. You know what I mean? So
absolutely great questions. Thank you so much, everybody, for sending those in. Thank you so much for joining us today. This has been podcast number 190.
We got to do a shout out though. Remember?
Oh, we do have to do a shout out to Anna and her fiance,
Anna and Aaron.
They are getting wedded this week.
The wed.
The wed. The for some people the dreaded wed. For some people the happy wed.
For others the red wed.
The red wed.
So
the red wedding.
Aaron's gamer tag is Moby-Ridiculous.
Moby-Ridiculous.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Moby-Ridiculous.
Anyways, Moby-Ridiculous, Anna and Aaron, congratulations on the wedding. If we had sound effects, we would clap to you.
Oh,
but...
no, I do. You're getting married.
Yeah, you are getting married.
Okay. You want me to dial that down?
Congratulations to the two of you celebrating this time. We're super happy for you. Glad you guys are a part of the community.
Yeah.
Really appreciate you as listeners. Congratulations. Enjoy your honeymoon. Enjoy the married life. If you
I was gonna
say if you need anything, let us know. But I don't know what we would do for them.
Just give us a call.
Anyways, congratulations, Anna and Aaron. We're so happy for you. There you go. Mr. McSpicy, what will you be up to this week, and where can people find you?
I will be. I really got to just hit that Wolfenstein. You guys, every week, you guys get me on the. Here's what happens.
You know what? Don't even play Wolfenstein 1. Go back to Wolfenstein 1 because it's that good. You could go back, no problem.
Can I do that with the story? Because I don't want things spoiled.
So it catches you up in number 2.
So remember what I just said? I don't want things spoiled.
But the gameplay is still so fun. Because I just want to see your first 10 minutes of...
I don't want things spoiled. Don't worry. It catches you up.
I just want to sit and watch your reation to what
the
happens.
first hour.
Oh,
yeah. And you would, like 30 minutes in, there's a part I know you would just die laughing.
Well, I just gotta pump it out. Every week you guys get me wanting to play that. But every week what happens is like, I'll download it, but while I'm playing, I'll play Overwatch, and then I get sucked into that, I just see another game, or I've been watching The Next Generation as well, Star Trek.
Nice.
It's on Netflix, so. I talked to Jordan about this.
Jordan, speaking of that Battlestar Galactica, you've been on that Battlestar Galactica. There's a game. It's coming out in a week.
Yeah, I saw that. It's like a turn-based. I saw that in the
store.
Yeah. I actually finished Battlestar Galactica this week.
I was telling Jordan the first season of Star Trek Next Generation is
hilarious.
They just the 80s were a hell of a drug. Oh man. Anyway, so that's what I'll be doing. So yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
So I'm Jordan the Man XOB everywhere, and I'll be playing games again. I've been really stuck to my Switch, so yeah. Someone messaged me and asked me where I was. I said, I'm
playing on my Switch.
Yeah. But I'll be playing Xbox too.
Forza 7.
Oh yeah.
There you go. I am Xonebros everywhere. Come check us out. Thank you everybody again for joining us. Come join us on Discord. It's a great time. Until next week, stay positive, everybody. We'll see you next time.